Brenda asked if I would do a brief talk on the human liver. Knowing that this is an organ that's so central to our day-to-day lives, but an organ that goes largely unacknowledged. We all know what the heart does. We all know what the brain does. We all know what the muscles and circulatory system do. But what about the liver? We know we have one. We know it's necessary. Mark, tell us a story. So, here we go. With regard to the liver, certainly we'll give a discussion of what it does, why we have it, and then relate that to a couple of the INFINITUS products to show how they are useful to assist with the health of this organ. Let us begin by saying the liver is a vital organ of vertebrates and some other animals. In humans, it is located in the upper right quadrant of the abdomen, just below the diaphragm. If you take a deep breath in, you'll feel the diaphragm pressing outward just where the rib cage meets. Two sides of the ribs meet in the middle with a cartilage that protects the organs and prevents the rib cage from spreading out too widely. The liver is situated just beneath that. And the liver has a wide range of functions, including detoxification of various metabolites. It has a role in protein synthesis and the production of biochemicals necessary for digestion. It also plays a role in metabolism, regulation of glycogen storage, the decomposition of red blood cells, and hormone productions. The liver is really a gland. It's an accessory digestive gland, and it produces bile, which is an alkaline compound which aids in the digestion via the emulsification of lipids. It mobilizes fats so that they can then be digested by enzymes. Beneath the liver is the gallbladder, a small pouch, and it stores bile that is produced by the liver. The liver's highly specialized tissue, consisting mostly of hepatocytes, regulates a wide variety of high-volume biochemical reactions, including the synthesis and breakdown of small and complex molecules, many of which are necessary for normal vital functions. Listen to this. This is fascinating. The estimate regarding the number of the liver's total functions vary, but most scientists in published textbooks agree that it's approximately 500. Give that some thought for a moment. The liver at all times is providing 500 different functions for the wellness of the human being. The heart pumps blood. That's all it does. The skeleton is structural and produces blood cells. That's all it does. We all know what muscles do, but the liver does just about everything else. You've got to do what you can to make the liver comfortable. And so when we look at synthesis, the liver plays a major role in carbohydrate, protein, amino acid, and lipid metabolism. The liver performs several roles in carbohydrate metabolism. It synthesizes and stores approximately 100 grams of glycogen. Now, glycogen is a short-term carbohydrate storage mechanism metabolized principally when you're very active. It makes this 100 grams of glycogen via the process called glycogenesis, simply mean glyco for sugar, genesis meaning creation of, so the creation of new sugar. And that really is truly just the formation of glycogen from glucose in our bloodstreams. When needed, the liver releases glucose into the blood by performing glycogenolysis, meaning glycogen, the glycogen formed, lysis, meaning breakdown. So it both forms and breaks down glycogen according to the needs of the body. The liver is also responsible for gluconeogenesis. And now I see the point of the person that made that call, to say it would certainly be very helpful if you folks had these definitions before you in advance, rather than just listening to them as I make the talk. Now, very good point. Remember, please help. Send your questions. Gluconeogenesis is the synthesis of glucose from amino acids, lactate, or glycerol. Again, gluco for glucose, neo for new, genesis for creation of. So it's the creation of new glucose, also one of the roles of the liver. Adipose and liver cells produce glycerol by the breakdown of fat, and the liver uses that for gluconeogenesis. Even more, the liver is responsible for the mainstay of protein metabolism, synthesis, as well as degradation. It is responsible for a large part of amino acid synthesis. That which we don't get from our diets must be made from new, and this is what the liver does. The liver plays a role in the production of clotting factors, so that we don't bleed to death when we get cut, as well as red blood cell production. Some of the proteins synthesized by the liver include coagulation factors, as well as protein C, protein S, and antithrombin. These all play a role in blood clotting. In the first trimester fetus, the liver is the main site for red blood cell production, but by the 32nd week of gestation, the bone marrow has completely taken over this task. So yes, it will do that for a little while as we are developing as humans, but not for a very long period of time. The liver is a major site for the production of thrombopoietin, a glycoprotein hormone that regulates the production of platelets by the bone marrow. So you can see the liver plays cooperative roles with other organs in the body. The liver plays several roles in lipid metabolism. It performs cholesterol synthesis, lipogenesis, again, genesis for creation of, and lipo for fat, so it helps produce fats. It plays a role in the production of triglycerides, and a bulk of the body's lipoproteins are synthesized in the liver. The liver plays a key role in digestion as it produces and excretes bile required for emulsifying fats, and it helps in the absorption of vitamin K from the diet. Some of that bile drains directly into the duodenum, and some is stored in the gallbladder. It produces insulin-like growth factor, a polypeptide hormone that plays an important role in childhood growth and continues to have anabolic effects in adults. This list goes on and on and on. Hundreds of different functions performed by the liver. It's always metabolically active. No respite when we sleep. It changes somewhat what it does during our periods of sleep, but always profoundly metabolically active. If there's anything any of us can ever do to make life easier for the liver will respond in kind by making our lives easier by granting us wellness. What then do we offer from INFINITUS to assist with that? Well, let's look at a couple of products. We've reviewed them in our talks previously. Let us first look at tangerine peel PU'ER tea. We have commented before that this is an assist to digestion. It helps with the breakdown of fat. And again, if we can relieve the liver of that function, the liver is less strained when it performs its other function. Next, we look at premium nutrients for better health. In the past, we have described this product as one that plays a primary role in balancing the rest of the body's system, the liver amongst them. The liver does not work in isolation. As we described a moment ago, it cooperates with many of the body's other organs when we provide a product that lends stability to the entire body's organ system and makes it easier for them to cooperate with one another. We all achieve better health. So those two products are particularly good for the human liver, and we encounter toxins every day. Every day we have a need for the synthesis of glycogen as we are active. Every day we need the factors necessary for blood clotting. The liver has a checklist to do. Now, it has to do the functions that it does perform. If we can provide products such as the ones just described from INFINITUS, the liver has an easier time. It rewards us with good health.